Exosphere is unique because we focus on sort of two extremes, the very, very practical and the very philosophical, and we don't have much in the middle. So when you come to Exosphere, you can expect to be reading things like Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson, thinking about personal growth, discipline, these kind of things. And at the same time, you turn around and the rest of the day, you're learning how to code, you're learning how to do user experience design, and the skills, the very tangible skills that are really necessary to build an entrepreneurial endeavor in this era. So we encourage all of our participants to think about the things, to try things that they may not know that they have any skill in. And what a lot of people find is that they can do things that they never imagined that they could do. Some people who thought they were supposed to go into business or accounting, and they find out that they happen to be really great at design. And so we really encourage people to try a variety of things, and then as they find things that really seem to be interesting to them, or where they have some skill, to start honing those skills and developing them further. Exosphere travels around with a 2-day workshop that we call Exobase, and we have now traveled to 15 cities with the Exobase workshop, and we'll be traveling to many more in the coming months. That workshop is kind of an introduction to our philosophy and approach, and helps people examine their lives and where they're going, and figure out maybe if what they're doing in their life is not really what they are meant to be doing. And then the rest of our programs are longer term. They're 4 to 12-week programs that we call boot camps, and those range in domain from general entrepreneurship to specifically we have a 12-week coding boot camp that we'll be doing at the end of the year, as well as boot camps in business development and science and technology. And so these programs all share the same base philosophy. We talk about self-reliance and discipline and all of these things across all of our programs, but then the specific skills and activities vary from camp to camp. Well, I think that there are two pains that we all face in life that really overshadow a lot of the good parts of life, and those two main pains are doing work that is out of alignment with our calling, and broken relationships or unsatisfying relationships with other people. And Exosphere is designed to help people solve the first pain through entrepreneurship, and to solve the second one through coming together in community. So these are really the two focuses that we have at Exosphere: helping people develop their calling, and to come together in community. And there aren't any institutions anymore that help us to organize our life in such a way, and that hole in the universe really seemed to need to be filled. And so Exosphere serves as both an educational institution, an alternative educational institution, as well as a sort of civil society organization to help people continue learning and continue growing throughout their adult lives. Well, I would say that my life has sort of been a variety of strange overlapping experiences. I spent my childhood and adolescence and college years in the outdoors, and learning survival skills and all of these kind of things. And I think that young people today are very fragilized, overprotected. There's a lot of helicopter parenting, and so there's something about being connected to nature that forces us to think about who we are, and also to appreciate the technology that we have in our everyday life. We often don't really appreciate what we have until we were forced to do without it. So that's one of the experiences I had. I actually had a very good public school experience, and I went to a public university and had a very good experience, but what I saw was that my experience was a bit unique, that I got a lot out of it, but many of my classmates didn't. And in seeing those differences, I realized that there were some serious problems in the educational system. And then for the last 10 years I've been an entrepreneur. I've never had a real job. And so I saw that there was a huge gap in the world for people trying to do things on their own, and often they can become very lost, not really sure what to do, who to talk to, what advice is good advice, what advice is bad advice. And so Exosphere is really an organization that looks at all of these different aspects of the problem, both in education and in entrepreneurship, and tries to fuse them into one organization and unified philosophy. Well, I actually think that what parents should be thinking about is, what does their child want? And you may think that your child is not capable of making decisions for themselves yet, but you would be really surprised. Even very young children are shockingly aware of what's going on, and they're far more aware of what they want than you might be as an adult, even for yourself. Children don't yet have this filter, and so ask your children. Ask your child, what do they want? Talk to them about these options. If you're considering homeschooling or unschooling or some kind of alternative program or a boarding school, there are so many different options, but maybe you should ask your child. Rather than trying to imagine what's best for your child, why not ask them? Because for sure, your child will never blame you for letting them make their own decisions. Wherever you are in life, wherever your children are in life, the main question, and it's a question you have to keep asking because the answer changes, is what is the highest and best use of my talents? What is the highest and best use of my child's talents? And that question evolves over time. Our calling in life, that star that shines inside of us that should be helping us navigate our lives, it points in different directions at different stages. And so being able to recognize that those changes and then what that means, what that means you have to do, the actions you have to take on an ongoing basis is going to define your overall satisfaction or the satisfaction of your child more than anything else. And so never stop asking that question, never stop challenging yourself to be really sure that what you're doing is what you're meant to be doing. And if you run into problems and you're looking for other people who are thinking about these same questions and trying to answer those same questions for themselves, consider coming to Exosphere and joining us, because this is what we do every day.